Every year that the Arizona Coyotes do not win the Stanley Cup, I will be adding one legend to their team in the hopes of finally being able to raise the Stanley Cup, as Arizona no longer is an NHL franchise. So this is their final chance to go ahead and win a Stanley Cup in an NHL video game. 25 is right around the corner. They have relocated to Utah. This one is for all 5 Coyotes fans that has ever lived. We are pretty familiar with their roster. We know it's not very good, but they do have some nice pieces. I mean, Clayton Keller's an 89 overall. Dylan Guenther's still young. He's not going to grow, obviously, because we're in season mode. We got Kerfoot, Nick Schmaltz, Maselli is there. Overall, not the greatest forward core. Defensively, they did pick up Mikhail Sergachev at an 86 overall. He should definitely help out that D-core. We need to build some good defensive people. I don't even know what I'm saying. But in goal, we have mid goalies in Ingram and Vejmelka. So pretty much we need to start everywhere. Offensively, we need an upgrade. Defensively, need an upgrade. And we need better goalies if we do want to go on and win a Stanley Cup with this roster, with, of course, adding legends to this team. So let's go ahead right away, start simulating, and hopefully eventually build enough of a talented team to go all the way and win Lord Stanley. Predictably, we were not very good. 36, 40, and 6, 78 points, dead last in the Central. Where were we at for the entire NHL? Oh no. We were at least not the worst team. We're not totally cooked yet. We got Philly, LA, Anaheim, and San Jose all being worse than us, with the Winnipeg Jets being the best team, winning 50 games on the year. Checking out our individual stats, Matthias Maselli was our leading scorer, only with 58 points. So offensively, we need a big ass upgrade. Dylan Guenther at 55, 24 goals is decent. I mean, Clayton Keller had a rough season. Nobody else really produced on this squad. And our goalies were very, very bad. Not a surprise. David Pastrnak had the most points in the league at 90, and for the most goals, it will go to Tommy Egg Matthews, who let that 19-year-old rookie walk down Main Street in a preseason opener. And of course, McCabe and Marner both were in no man's land, and he went all the way and scored on Matt Murray, I think, is in the net for the Leafs. That's crazy. Hellebuck had the most wins by any goalie with 47. The most shutouts will go to Jeremy Swayman, who does not have a contract. The Pittsburgh Penguins in the year 2024 will go on and win the Stanley Cup, beating my Oilers in 5 games in the finals. What the hell is going on? Individually, let me see here who performed. Crosby, a 36-year-old Sid, 24 goals leading the postseason. Carlson at 24, Russ 23, McDavid wasn't even point per game. I guess the Penguins are turning back the clock in this universe. McDavid will win the Ted Lindsay and Hart Trophy. Art Ross to Pasta, Matthews the Maurice Richard, Quinn Hughes will take home the Norris, Carlson the Conn Smythe, Vezina to Swayman, and the Selke to Tim Hortons. Now we are on the wheel. We are going to spin it every single season. Arizona does not complete the challenge, which is to win the Stanley Cup. And whatever team we land on here, we will get. No, I wanted Montreal. Nashville, not a great team to get. They don't have a plethora of a good alumni players, but we were so close to getting Montreal. I would not necessarily agree that Peter Forsberg is a Nashville Predators legend, but he's here in the game, so a 93 overall sniper. Welcome to Arizona. The first of hopefully many pieces to this team. Peter Forsberg, 93 overall. We have him on the first line center alongside Keller and Maselli in the hopes that he could drive a lot of offense with these 2 wingers alongside of him. We did have a massive improvement here in year number 2. 42 wins, 31 losses, 9 in overtime for 93 points. We made the playoffs, playing the goddamn parade already. If we take a look at the entire league, we got Edmonton. They were in the finals but lost to Pittsburgh. They had 53 wins, and at the bottom, San Jose. I mean, I guess you guys got Macklin Celebrini, so you do have a future. Of course, Peter Forsberg was our leading scorer. He didn't even do that good, only 25 goals and 65 points. I was expecting a little more. We got Clayton Keller putting up 59. Maselli was decent. Guenther was, he was good goal scoring wise. And in goal, Connor Ingram, 29, 25, and 8. Only 1 shutout. We do, as soon as I get an opportunity, I do want to take one of the goalies from one of these alumni teams, because that's probably what is going to hold us back until we fill that spot. We got Makar having the most points in the league with 105 and the most goals. We'll go to Tommy Egg Matthews, who had 62 on the season. And unfortunately for us, we got to play the Edmonton Oilers in round number 1. So we're most likely going to get smoked. Game 7 scenario. I don't know how we're here. Winner take all. Let's see if we can beat the Oilers. 1-0 lead after 1. Maselli gets us on the board. We are tied 2-2 after 2. So let's see this third period. Can the Arizona Coyotes upset my Oilers in round number 1 and end up beating them in game 7? We're all tied up at 2 apiece. 10 minutes left in the third. The Coyotes low-key cooking here in the playoffs. We still got a tie game. Please, somebody. No, Evan Bouchard on Connor Ingram. And that will do it. The Edmonton Oilers are off to round number 2. But overall, I'm satisfied with that series. The real Stanley Cup champions and the Florida Panthers will go on in this universe, beat Minnesota in Game 7 to get the job done. Cale Makar will win the Ted Lindsay, Art Ross, Hart Trophy, and the Norris. Matthews, the Maurice Richard. The Conn Smythe will go to Barkov. Vezina to Stuart Skin Daddy. And Barkov will also take home the Selke Trophy. Well, we are back on the wheel yet again after honestly a pretty impressive season, considering we only added Peter Forsberg to the squad, and now we're going to be selecting one member from the Carolina Hurricanes alumni team here in NHL 24. They have a few different choices. Ron Francis, Paul Coffey, Rod Brindamore is here, but I think I gotta go with Coffey. He's a 93 overall D-man. Of course, Paul Coffey will slot in nicely on that first line D pair alongside Mikhail Sergachev, 86 and a 93 in the backhand. So slowly but surely we are building a semi-good roster. Arizona will slot in nicely, third in the Central, 43, 33, and 6, 92 points in the regular season. The Oilers were the best team in the NHL, winning 57 games. Where was Arizona? We were way down here. 13th in the league. We were an impressive team, but I mean, so far so good. We're improving year by year. Paul Coffey was our best player. He only had 8 goals, but 61 points leading our team. Forsberg had 59. Dylan Gunther was decent. Keller was all right. We need more offense, though. And in goal, Ingram, he had a good season, .914 save percentage and 4 shutouts. Kyle Connor will lead the NHL in scoring, 95 points on the year, and Matthews again had the most goals, this time at 59. And now in round number 1, we are going to face Colorado. Pretty tough team to go against, I'm not going to lie, but we did push the Edmonton Oilers to Game 7. So maybe there's an upset brewing here in Arizona. Unfortunately, the Colorado Avalanche will beat us in 6 games here in round number 1. We didn't go 7 like we did last year with the Oilers, but overall we are slowly improving, and I'm not too mad. This can take as long as it wants. I don't really care. At the end of the day, we will get a Stanley Cup victory in this video, as Colorado, they will go all the way. They will defeat the Capitals in 5 games in the Stanley Cup Finals. Braden Point will win the Ted Lindsay and Hart Trophy. Art Ross to Kyle Connor. Matthews, the Maurice Richard. Roman Josi will take home the Norris, the Dog. Nathan McKinnon, the Conn Smythe. Demko, the Vezina, and the Selke will go to Ryan O'Reilly yet again. Spinning the wheel yet again. Hopefully, I am praying we get a good team here. The Chicago Blackhawks, please? No? Okay, I can live with Colorado. Colorado is not a bad team to get. They have a decent alumni team here in 24. To me, this is a pretty easy choice. We need a goalie. Patrick Waugh is statistically the highest rated goalie in the game at a 96, so we are going to add him to our squad for Connor Ingram, 1 for 1. We now head into the season with the best goaltender in the entire league at a 96 overall. Patty Waugh, his ears are plugged with his 2 cup rings. He cannot in here shite, mate. Now, if you guys are excited for NHL 25 and enjoy NHL content in general, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you get notified every single time I go live and post a video to my channel, as we hopefully have a very big season in store for us in Arizona. This is the perfect send-off for this franchise. Arizona moving up in the NHL standings, 47, 28, and 7, 101 points, second in our division, only behind the Winnipeg Jets, and we were the 7th best team in the league as the Bruins won the President's Trophy, 54 wins on the season. Forsberg had his best season so far, 85 points. Clayton Keller had 34 goals. Paul Coffey did his thing in the back end, blowing out the backs of all of our forwards. Maselli had a decent year, and for Patrick Waugh, only a .913 and 1 shutout. You're telling me that Connor Ingram had a better year than Patrick Waugh? What the hell? Kyle Connor had the most points at 97, and the most goals will also be Kyle Connor, tied alongside David Pastrnak. Now in the first round of the playoffs, we got the Dallas Stars. Man, we have been facing an absolute bloodbath of teams. Just good team after good team after good team. We are in game 7 of round number 1. 1-0 lead. Let's see if Patty Waugh can shut the door. Maselli gives us the insurance marker. A 2-0 lead. We got to shut the door. We need to stop. Oh no, Matt Dumba. You're going to let Dumba snipe on you? Wow, like what's going on here, brother? 4 minutes remaining. Please, Arizona, clutch it up. There we go, McBain. And we have finally won a playoff series, headed to round number 2. Now in round number 2, we're going to face the St. Louis Blues, who overall have a pretty mid team, in my opinion. Another game 7 scenario where we have the lead heading into the 3rd. There we go. Travis Dermott gives us an insurance marker. Please, Arizona. Are we headed back to the conference finals for the first time since goddamn 2012? Patrick Waugh, shut the door. Oh my God, it's over. It is over, mate. We are headed back to the conference finals. Let's go. We got to get a revenge over the Oilers here in the conference finals. 2 years ago, they beat us in 7. It's time to get our get back. Well, we got completely embarrassed. I don't understand. We took them to 7 2 years ago in round number 1 with a worse team. We add literal legends to our team, and we get swept in the conference finals. Meanwhile, the Oilers did not make a single change to the roster, and they go on and win Lord Stanley. Kyle Connor will win all the awards. The Ted Lindsay, Maurice Richard, Art Ross, and Hart Trophy. Hughes the Norris, the Conn Smythe to McDavid, Swayman the Vezina, and the Selke will go yet again to O'Reilly. After that embarrassing effort in the conference finals, we need a big legend to add to our team, and we are going to land on the Anaheim Ducks. Okay. Anaheim, of course, has the greatest rookie season of all time in Teemu Selanne, 93 overall sniper. We could take Yari Curry, Scott Niedermayer is here, Chris Pronger, Ryan Miller, but I am going to go with Selanne. We don't have that winger who can score 50 to 60 goals, so add him to the team. Our first line now gets a significant upgrade with a 93 sniping right winger in Teemu Selanne alongside Peter Forsberg, and now Clayton Clutch Keller. Arizona had their best season so far, 52, 26, and 4, 108 points. Again, second in our division, and second in the entire league, only behind Winnipeg, who was the best team with 53 wins, only one more than us. Peter Forsberg had 31 goals and 74 points. Paul Coffey had 71. Selanne, wow, I am massively disappointed in him right now. Only 68 points and 18 goals. Clayton Keller really outperformed him. And what about Patrick Waugh here? There we go. Patty Waugh has the season I needed. 8 shutouts, 927 save percentage, and 48 wins. Jake Guentzel had the most points in the NHL at 106. The most goals will go to Matthews, who had 57. Patrick Waugh did lead all goalies in wins with 48. And he also had the most shutouts, tied alongside Jake Ottinger. And now in round number 1, a rematch against the Colorado Avalanche. We got by the Avs in 6 games, and then we move on to Winnipeg. Winnipeg literally won the President's Trophy. Why are we playing them in round 2? We did go to 7 with the President's Trophy winners, but lost in overtime 6-5. That's a heartbreaking defeat. I can't even lie. The Rangers will beat the Oilers in 6 games in the Stanley Cup Finals to finally go on and get the job done. They have like, what, 1 or 2 cups in their franchise's history? Jake Guentzel will win the Ted Lindsay, Art Ross, and Hart Trophy. Matthews, the Maurice Richard, Fox, the Norris, the Conn Smythe to Zibanejad. Waugh will take home his first Vezina with Arizona, and Alexander Barkov will win the Selke. Yet again, another spin on the wheel. I'm hoping to get possibly a great team that has a good defenseman, and we are going to land on the San Jose Sharks alumni team that doesn't even have Joe Thornton in the game. San Jose has Teemu Selanne. Did Selanne even play in San Jose? I can't even remember. Rod Blake is there, 91 overall D-man. I'm going to add him to the team. We definitely need to bolster our D-core at least a little bit if we want to win the Stanley Cup. He is the perfect defenseman to pair alongside Paul Coffey. Now we have a 93 and 91 on that first line D pair. The Coyotes will slightly slip. I mean, 46 wins is still nice. 93 points, 4th in the Central. We did make the playoffs as Winnipeg are back-to-back President's Trophy winners. Paul Coffey led our team in scoring, 68 points. We do need to add probably like another stud or maybe even 2 stud forwards. And for Patrick Waugh, 6 shutouts and a 912 save percentage. That is a damn good season. them by Pettiwa, 37 wins also. Mitchell Marner will lead the league in scoring, 97 points, and Matthews had the most goals at 55 for goalies. We got Hellebuck leading in wins with 48, and for shutouts, UC Saros went on an absolute tear. Dear God. Bro was literally a monster as we got another rematch against the Oilers, this time in round number 1. I was going to say year 1, but we're like 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe even 8 years into this point. Luckily, we did get by the Oilers, and now we face the Seattle Kraken in the second round. We swept Seattle, literally dominated them, and now we're back in the conference finals. We got the Colorado Avalanche. Let's see what we can do. And unfortunately, we're going to lose yet again in the conference finals. Colorado beats us. We got Toronto and Colorado in the finals. Who's going to take home Lord Stanley? Let me see here. We got the Avs getting the job done over the Maple Leafs. Nothing will be ever sweeter than seeing them lose in the finals. Toronto would dominate the individual awards. We got Roman Josi taking home the Norris, Makar the Conn Smythe, Hellebuck the Vezina, and O'Reilly yet again the Selke. Now, I did know it was going to take a while for us to build an actual good roster here in Arizona, but the time is now to win a Stanley Cup. Thank God. Please, no. Stay on Montreal. Yes, the Montreal Canadiens. We already have Patrick Waugh. We could take Maurice Richard, Jacques Plante here, Boulevard, but you know what? I'm going to take Mr. Maurice Richard. A trophy is named after him for a damn reason. Arizona's first line now consists of Teemu Selanne, Peter Forsberg, and Maurice Richard. If we can't win with that first line, I don't know what first line we can actually win with. The Arizona Coyotes, another great season, 46, 29, and 7, 99 points. We have yet to win our division. Tampa Bay, the best team in hockey, only 49 wins, but 108 points. Maurice Richard, 36 goals, 72 points. That's why we brought him to the squad. Forsberg had an okay season. Selanne was all right. Coffey was decent. And a goal for Patrick freaking Waugh. He had a rough year, I'm not going to lie. Only 2 shutouts, 903 save percentage, 36 wins. Not his best effort. Kyle Connor will have the most goals at 51 and the most points at 94. Finally, we get an easier matchup in the first round. The Nashville Predators added Stamkos, Marchessault, and who was the other? Brady Shea. That was the third guy. But they're not on the level, I don't believe, of a Dallas. Maybe Colorado at this point, but not Edmonton, of course. We got by Nashville. We move on to Minnesota here in the second round. We are back in the conference finals for, I believe, the third season of this video. We got Vegas, best of 7. Can we finally go on and make the Stanley Cup finals? I really do not know what our issue is. As soon as we make the conference finals, we just get blown out, like literally non-competitive. Carolina will go all the way, beating Vegas in 6 games in the Stanley Cup finals to win Lord Stanley. Jake Gensel will win the Ted Lindsay and Hart Trophy. Kyle Connor the rest of the awards. We got Hughes taking home the Norris, Brent Burns the Conn Smythe, Saros the Vezina, and Barkov again the Selke. I mean, theoretically, one of these years we do have to go all the way and win the Stanley Cup, right? Like please, maybe? We are going to land on the Ottawa Senators, so we are going to head to their alumni team and select one player to add to Arizona. Now, we could add another forward, but Sergei Gonchar is the best rated player on Ottawa at an 89 overall. It wouldn't hurt adding another defenseman to our D-core to bolster it at least a little bit. Now, hopefully adding a 89 overall Sergei Gonchar will be enough for this team to finally go on and win it all. Finally, the Coyotes will sit at the top of the Central, 49, 25, and 8, 106 points, and we were the best team in the league, so there are 0 excuses to not win the Stanley Cup. Forsberg had his best season so far, 29 goals, 88 points. Maurice Richard had 44 goals himself. Selanne, 75. Gonchar was pretty good, and for Patrick freaking Waugh, only a 909 save percentage. He did have 5 shutouts, which is impressive, and 42 wins. McKinnon had the most points at 93, and the most goals will go to Maurice Richard, who is probably, well, actually, yeah, he's going to win the Maurice Richard trophy. We got him winning his own trophy before Grand Theft Auto 6. And now in round number 1, we are going to play the Winnipeg Jets, a pretty good team to go up against. They usually do sim pretty well. Oh my God. Are we never going to win a Stanley Cup? We just got swept in round number 1. Like, how far away are we from winning a cup? Literally not even bothering with whoever goes on and wins the cup. We're heading back to the wheel. We got to get this done. I've been sitting at this for a decent bit now, and we are going to land on the Tampa Bay Lightning. Dennis Savard is the highest rated player. We could take Marty St. Louis at an 89. Brad Richards is here. Maybe we go with the centerman. Actually, screw it. I'm going to take Marty Actually, I'm not going to take Marty. I'll take Dennis Savard as our second line center. Now, I knew we didn't have that stud of a second line centerman, so I picked up Dennis Savard. 90 overall will center the line alongside Maselli and Clayton Keller. Clayton Keller, why did I just butcher that harder than I'm hard when I wake up in the morning? Arizona had their best season yet, 57 wins at the top of the Central, and of course the entire NHL. This has to be the year, right? We actually did have a very good season offensively. Selanne led our team with 81 points. Maurice Richard had 34 goals and 78. Forsberg was decent. Dennis Savard definitely did his job on that second line. And for Patrick Waugh, 8 shutouts, a .919 save percentage, and 42 victories. Connor again will lead in goals, 52 goals and 93 points. He's dominating as we have a rematch with the Nashville Predators in round number 1. Taxes and the Coyotes losing in the conference finals. Only 3 guarantees in life. Hopefully one of them will change though. We have to go through another season yet again. Holy hell, what is going on in Arizona? We literally have to be cursed at this point. I don't know how many seasons we have simulated, but it's been a lot as we now land on the Buffalo Sabres. The Sabres do have Dominic Hasek at a 93 overall. We already have Patrick Waugh. We don't need another goalie. Howard Chuck's a 91. Housley's a 90. I think I'm going to add a defenseman and Phil Housley. Welcome to Arizona. This D-core should be good enough to take home a Stanley Cup. We got Coffey, Blake, Gonchar, Housley, Sergachev, and Marino. We are going to start speed running through this process. Top of the Central yet again for the entire NHL. Second best in the league behind Boston. Individually, I don't even care. None of this really matters if we're just going to lose in the conference finals yet again. It doesn't matter how many points we score or how many goals Patrick Waugh lets in. We got the Winnipeg Jets in round 1. Hopefully we get by them and go finally all the way to the finals. Another L on the year. We lose to Dallas in round number 2, so we got to head back to the wheel yet again. Oh my lord, this will never get done, will it? All right, this video honestly might lead me to drink. I can't even lie. We're back on the wheel and we're gonna land on the Vancouver Canucks, their alumni team. Now you guys might say this is cheating, but Daniel and Henrik Sedin are sisters and they are twins, so we're gonna be adding both of them to the Arizona Coyotes. Welcome. And hopefully, well, they're not known for playoff performers, but hopefully in the game here, things can be different. Now, this is what our current forward core looks like. It looks like a Stanley Cup winning roster, right? At least offensively. Defensively, we're very, very good as well. And we get a 96 overall in the back of the net. In the back of the net. That should be our slogan for Arizona because that's what the puck does every time we play in the goddamn conference finals. Arizona ended up finishing 4th in the entire NHL, 52, 26, and 4, 108 points. Another year goes by. We didn't have a lot of offense, if I'm being honest. Goalie-wise, Patrick Waugh wasn't that great. A little bit concerning heading into the postseason. We got a layup in round number 1 in the Chicago Blackhawks, who I don't even know how they made the playoffs. How did we lose to the goddamn Blackhawks in round number 1? Like, what is going on? I don't even know what to say at this point. We're just going to spin the wheel and hope for my sanity that I don't go insane recording this video. We got Washington, the Capitals. I guess not, maybe a little bit of a bad team. Whatever, it doesn't matter. I guess welcome Mike Gartner to the team, a two-way forward winger. Add him to our forward core and hope it works out. Again, this is our forward core. We got Mike Gartner at an 89 overall on the 3rd line with Henrik Sedin and Matthias Maselli. The Coyotes were the best team in the NHL, 52, 22, and 8. We still, despite our loaded offensive core, do not put a lot of points up individually. And in goal, Patrick Waugh had a great season, a .922 save percentage, and he also had 5 shutouts. Arizona has the Poverty Flames in round number 1. Hopefully that means a 4-0 sweep. We are back in the conference finals. We got the Oilers, a tough team, but we do have the better team on paper at least. We finally got over the conference final hump. We got the Bruins in the Stanley Cup finals, best of 7. Job is not finished. We got to win 4 more games. And finally, after many, many seasons, the Arizona Coyotes will go on and win the Stanley Cup as we defeat Boston in 6 games in the finals. I literally thought I was going to go insane recording this video. I thought we were never going to get done, honestly. After like 10 years in, I thought we were cursed and we were not going to be able to raise Lord Stanley, but I stuck it out, went through the goddamn mud, and we got the job done. The Conn Smythe winner will go to Paul Coffey. Put up 6 goals and 26 points. He backboned our team and was a very good acquisition. I literally cannot complain about that. He did his job all right. And there it is for the first time ever, and probably the first time and the last time, the Arizona Coyotes will be able to raise the Stanley Cup. They're no longer a franchise. Most likely will be an alumni team in NHL 25. Clayton Keller, come on up, buddy. You deserve it. As the Arizona Coyotes are Stanley Cup champions. Well, that took a lot longer than expected, and I knew it was going to take long, but goddamn, was that a lot of suffering I went through of losing year after year, but luckily we got the job done. Finally, we're able to raise Lord Stanley for the Arizona Coyotes for the first and only time in franchise history. If you guys enjoyed the video, leave some support on it. I would like to say thank you all for watching, and until next time, don't be silly. Wrap your willy.